In this video, I am going to explain about allocation of frames. I will explain this concept with the help of an example. Let us assume that this is the CPU, this is the primary memory, and this is the secondary memory. Here, I am using paging concept for memory allocation. So, entire secondary memory is divided into equal sized portions called pages, and entire primary memory is divided into equal sized portions called frames. Okay, so now here I have written 4 programs A, B, C, D. So all our programs and data will be stored in the secondary memory permanently. So all these 4 programs are stored in the secondary memory. If you observe, I cannot store entire program in one page, right? So I have divided the program into different parts and I have stored all the parts in the secondary memory. Now my programs are available in the secondary memory. Now CPU wants to execute the programs A, B, C, D. CPU wants to execute these programs. In order to execute these programs, first it should access the programs, right? Then only it can execute the programs, right? So if you observe, CPU cannot access the data from the secondary memory directly. So the data from the secondary memory should be brought to the primary memory. Data from the secondary memory should be brought to the primary memory. So moving the programs from secondary memory to the primary memory is the responsibility of the operating system. So operating system should bring the pages from secondary memory to the primary memory. So once pages are available in the primary memory, now CPU can access the data and can execute the data. That means in order to execute any program, first that program should be brought from secondary to primary. That means here we should allocate these frames for the processes. In the allocation of frames, in this topic we will discuss how to allocate these frames for the processes. Okay, in the allocation of frames topic we are going to discuss about how we can allocate the frames for the processes. Let us assume that initially the entire primary memory is free. If you observe, primary memory size is very less compared to the secondary memory size. So we should utilize the primary memory efficiently, right? So that means we should store only required number of pages into the primary memory. We should bring only important data to the primary memory because here the primary memory size is very less. Okay, so initially entire primary memory is free. Now let us assume that after some time CPU has made a request for page number 1. So page number 1 data will be loaded into the primary memory. Next CPU asked for page number 2. So if you observe page number 2 means A2, right? A2 is not available in the primary memory. So we can call it as a page fault. So when there is a page fault, that means the required page is A2. A2 is not available in the primary memory. So we can call it as a page fault. So when there is a page fault, we should bring that page from secondary memory to the primary memory. So now A2 is stored here. Let us assume that like that C1, C2, C3, D1, D2, D3, A3, A4, C3, C4, D4. Let us assume that these pages are stored in the primary memory. So after some time CPU has requested for, let us assume that CPU requested for B5. Okay, so if you observe, B5 is not available in the primary memory, so we can call it as a page fault. So when there is a page fault, we should load that page into the primary memory, right? But here if you observe, entire primary memory is free. So now what we should do now, we should choose one page among these pages. Okay, and we should deallocate memory space of one frame and we should allocate memory space for B5. CPU is requesting for B5, right? So we should deallocate memory space for one frame. Let us assume that I have chosen page 5. So we can say this page as the victim frame. We can say that it is a victim frame. In order to choose the victim frame, we will use the page replacement algorithms. So I have deallocated memory space for this one, and I have allocated memory space for B5. Okay, so like that we will allocate frames for the processes. And after some time, if D4 has finished its execution, then we can deallocate memory space for D4. So in this way we can allocate the memory and we can deallocate the memory. So when we should allocate the memory? When CPU requested for a page, and if that page is not available in the primary memory, then we should load that page from secondary memory to the primary memory. If there is a free space, then we can include the page here. If there is no free space, then by using the page replacement algorithm, we have to choose one victim frame, and we need to deallocate memory space of that frame, and we should allocate memory space for the newly requested frame. Like that we can allocate frames for